Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this January 15th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Thursday out there so far, but it's a great Thursday evening. Everybody stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather. Got the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm system moving across the country. Also, we're going to take a look at South Carolina, North Carolina, and portions of North Carolina, portions of Georgia. Snowfall have snowfall potential. 0.1 snowfall rate has increased a little bit across the area. We'll show you that toward the end of the video. Also, we're going to take a look at a little bit of a general thunderstorm activity across South Florida. Also, the current watch and warning advisory map, and also take a look at your local forecast as well. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. All the lady videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got a storm system here off the coast. You got some systems here moving out of Canada. Little clipper system moving, one little clipper system here moving across northern Michigan down towards areas of Missouri. Then another one coming through Minnesota, back through the Dakotas, all the way back to Wyoming. Got another little clipper system here coming out of Canada as well. But you can see it pretty quiet across much of the western U.S., southern U.S., and southeastern U.S. Pretty much even got a little bit of activity from Pennsylvania up toward Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine region as well. But you can see pretty much pretty quiet across most of the country, except this little area right over a portion of South Canada, stretching down to portions of the southeastern U.S. Alright, let's move on to your local forecast now. We're going to take a look at your Friday outlook, and it should roll out something like this here in just a few minutes. Alright, you can see here's your Friday outlook. You can see we've got snow from portions of New Brunswick to northern Maine over to South Canada. Then again from New Hampshire to Vermont to Pennsylvania to Ohio to Illinois, Iowa, also through Nebraska, through the Dakotas, Minnesota, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, South Canada. A little bit of pockets of heavy snow, pockets of snow that is over portions of Wyoming, and also Colorado, some mixed precipitation in Wyoming, Colorado, portion of Kansas, portion of Missouri. Then again from Tennessee to portion of upstate South Carolina through western North Carolina, Virginia, over toward Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, and also down toward the D.C. area. That is shower activity from Georgia to Alabama to Mississippi to Florida Keys. Florida Panhandle. Excuse me, getting mixed up there. Also southeast Louisiana, southeast Texas, critical fire weather over portions of Oklahoma and northern Texas. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's roll on into your Saturday outlook now. And it should roll out something like this here. Alrighty, you can see we got snow flying from Maine all the way to New Hampshire, Vermont, New York State, to Pennsylvania, to Kentucky, to Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, through the Dakotas, South Canada, Wisconsin, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Michigan region as well. A little bit of mixed precipitation up here across South Canada, stretching into North Dakota. A little bit of portions of Colorado and in Oklahoma, and also northern Texas, a little bit in western Oklahoma. Then we got shower activity across Texas and portions of Arkansas, thunderstorm and shower from Louisiana, southeast Texas to northern and central Gulf, across central and northern Florida. Even got mixed precipitation from Mississippi to Alabama to the Florida Panhandle, Georgia to the Carolinas, all of the Carolinas, that is, coastal waters, all the way to Rhode Island, eastern Maine, coastal waters through Pennsylvania, West Virginia, D.C., Delaware, West Virginia, you're included in that as well. For mixed precipitation for your Saturday. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday. Alright, let's move on to the current watch and warning advisory map for your location across the nation. And it should roll out something like this here. Alright, winter weather advisory, winter storm warning for Pennsylvania, portions of western New York State, also a portion of northern Michigan. Also winter weather advisory is also in effect for Pennsylvania. Also in the portion of Kentucky, southern Indiana, also through Iowa, through the Dakotas, and also in the portion of Minnesota. Freeze warning is also in effect for South Georgia, stretching into southeast Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, down into central South Florida. Cold weather advisory stretching from South Florida down toward the Florida Keys. Even across a little bit across southern South Carolina, got some special weather statements there. Southern South Carolina, southeast Georgia, upstate South Carolina, around the Piedmont of North Carolina. Cold weather advisory for the mountains of North Carolina, a little bit in portions of West Virginia and Pennsylvania. Also special weather statements also in the areas for Indiana, also in portions of Iowa. Red flag warnings over in Texas and Oklahoma, and a portion of Kansas and Colorado. And we got an area of high wind warning stretching from Nebraska to Colorado to Wyoming through the Dakota, Kansas, Nebraska, and also portions of Montana. Wind advisory stretching from Nebraska into North and South Dakota. Also, we have some dense fog advisory and air quality alerts across Idaho, Washington, and Oregon State. Freezing fog advisory. Can't get it out for a portion of southwestern Oregon, Northern California. We got some areas of dense fog advisory for Central California. Small craft advisory, gale warning from Maine all the way to the east coast of Florida, west coast of Florida as well, Northern California to Oregon and Washington State, around the Hawaiian Chain Island, high surf warnings, and also flood watches in effect around the island. Also some around the Alaska region with some small craft advisory, gale warning, storm warnings in the purple, freezing spray warnings in the blue. Inland area, we have red areas, blizzard warning, purple areas is winter weather advisory, winter storm warnings in the pink, and winter weather advisory for portions of Alaska. Alright, Storm Prediction Center outlook. We're just going to take a look at day 3. We have a little bit of general thunderstorm down here around Miami to portions of right along the coastal area down toward the Florida Keys. Elsewhere, no thunderstorm activity is expected at this time. Alright, this is your outlook for 0.1 snowfall totals across the Carolina, most of South Carolina, portions of areas of, let me get back to 0.1 here. Okay, here's 0.1. You can see the totals have increased. We have about 45% in the Camden area, 46% in Winsboro, 48% in Lancaster, 43% in Bennettsville, 24% in Sumter, 23% in Manning, 20% in King Street, 45% in Edgefield, 44% in Aiken, 34% in Augusta, 44% around Lincoln, Georgia, also 47% and 45% around Mildridge and also Sandersville, Georgia area. Athens, 41% of 0.1 or more snowfall expected. 46% around the Spartanburg area. 42%, 37%. I do expect these numbers to increase for heavy snowfall. Alright, let's move on to about an inch of snow, up to an inch of snow across the forecast area. As you can see, we have 16% around Camden, 21% around Winsboro, 20% in Newberry, 22% around Greenwood. This is up to 1 inch of snow expected, possibly. Also 0.1, 1% down toward Hampton, 14% towards areas of, I don't know how, well, let's take a look at the 2% right there, one. But you can see 23 up here around Lancaster, 22 around Spartanburg. Let's take a look at 2% percentage chance of 2 inches of snowfall or more. Right now it has about 4% in Camden, 13% in Winsboro, 7% around Columbia, 8% toward Newberry, 12% toward Greenwood, 10% and 15% toward the upstate, 14% toward Lancaster. Also toward Bennettsville we have about 3%, Southern Pine, North Carolina, 12%. Then we have about 14% toward Athens, and then we have about 8% and 5% toward Sandersonville and Milledgeville, Georgia. Thompson, Georgia, 9%. 3 inches of snow or more look like this here. About 3% in Lancaster, 2% in Winsboro, 3 areas. But anybody south of there, Camden toward the low country, 0 right now of 3 inches of snow or more. Well, up to 4 inches of snow, that is. But 3 inches, so that's where it looks right now. And let's take a look. Up to 6 inches of snow would be the best shot up here in the upstate of South Carolina, around Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson, Toccoa, Georgia. About 2% there, 1% around Newberry. So the percentages are going up. I think we're going to have some snowfall across the Carolinas, so get ready, folks. If you like snow, it should be coming. Still some uncertainty. We're still waiting on that low pressure system to develop. Things still could change, but right now most of the models are hinting at some kind of precipitation across the board. This was issued at 7 p.m. this evening. It lasted through Sunday, January the 18th. Alrighty, so get ready, folks. Maybe we'll get a chance to see a little bit of snow here by Sunday. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next ones. Have a wonderful Thursday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.